Your philosophy is like sort of twofold with how you work with people: bad to good and good to great. Maybe we'll actually just touch on both of them. What are the initial questions that you'd begin asking when someone approaches you asking for help, and how do you then go about identifying the opportunities that exist within that company to take it to the next level?
What is their experience? What is their risk profile? What is their willingness for work? If someone wants to work only 2 hours a week and they have no money to put in the business and don't want to take risk, then that changes the advice that I give that business. So I really try to seek to understand what the person's knowledge base is, as I say, their risk profile, their investment criteria. When I understand all those things, then I ask them what they literally want to do. And they might say, hey, I want to grow my business. And I say, okay, so tell me, at any cost. And they say, yes, so you're prepared to work 70 hours a week. Oh, no, I don't want to work 70 hours a week. Okay, let's get really clear about what those are. Are you prepared to sell your house? Oh, no, or I don't even own a house, or whatever the case may be. All right. And do you want to pay your people, your customers and your staff on time? They say, well, no. We'll say, hey, my ethics require that people do get paid on time, so unfortunately I can't work with you. We find out where the common ground is or where it isn't. So going back to your question about, if you like, bad to good, what I do is don't want to burden the company, because often when it's in a bad situation, it's often bleeding cash, or it's going backwards in some way. So the least I want to do is add a whole lot of cost in. Now, yes, there will be a fee for my service, but if we're getting some marketing strategies or building something to take it forward, I don't want to be taking on so much debt that it actually puts the person in so much pressure that they cannot function. Really look at small wins. So as an example, if there was a business in tourism that was really, really struggling, I would have a look at their current assets and look at which ones we could make work. So in a cafe, it may be a coffee machine. So I'd say, okay, you've got a coffee machine, you've already got your overhead, which we could use, but if you can get rid of that overhead and we just use the coffee machine, what could we do with that coffee machine? Would it make sense to move that coffee machine into a trailer? Now, just so many people are putting them in trailers, the chances are, unless you have a reference to a business, that's not a good idea, right? So it's actually looking at, well, what could actually make this work? Right? So is there a shop within a shop type situation? Could you actually take your cafe into a department store where they don't want to run a cafe, but they could get the benefit? So then straight away, you may be able to remove your overhead, offer a service to their customers, have a captive audience, and deploy your existing assets and get out of your lease. Small idea, but those are the type of things I help people with.